Hello guys. Today you're going to write a draft. So, what you have to do is follow the video and instructions to create the oral presentation draft. First of all, you're going to open the document and we're going to read together the instructions, okay? First of all, a draft is a piece of paper. We are going to do it digitally, okay? Is when you write something, it literally means borrador. So it's when you write something and you are going to memorize that something and you're going to say it in an oral presentation, okay? Oral presentations are not to be reading a PowerPoint, and oral presentations are not to have everything on the PowerPoint and to read a big paragraph and only copy paste information. No. Now what you're going to do is that you're going to write your own ideas in a paragraph, in a draft, and then you're going to explain. You're going to memorize and explain what you wrote. So the topic for the oral presentation is My Treasure. That is the name of the presentation number 1. It says, write a draft about an object that belongs to you and you consider a treasure for your life. So it can be any object, it can be any toy, any book, anything super special that you absolutely love and that has a meaning for you, okay? If you are not sure about which object and you want to know, you can ask me today in the Zoom session. In the Zoom session, we are going to work on this paragraph. It says, for your draft, you will need to write a paragraph answering the following questions. Number 1, what is the object? Number 2, how did I get the object? Who gave it to me? Number 3, why is it a treasure for my life? You can explain a lot in this part. And the last one, an interesting fact or story I have about the object is. So what you're going to do, guys, is that you are going to talk about something that you have that is super important for you. We're going to see an example. It says, you can ask your teacher for help to write it correctly. She will check the draft written below. Let's see my example. The object that I chose is my ballet shoes. Ballet shoes. So, in this part, I wrote a paragraph and I explained the 4 questions that are here. But I'm not going to copy the questions, okay? I am only going to answer them. Let's see, it says, my treasure. The thing I consider a treasure for my life is the pair of shoes I use for dancing. To be specific, the pink point shoes I use for ballet. I started using these shoes 2 years ago because of the effort I put into my dancing and the training I went through. Who gave it to me? No one gave me the shoes. I bought them and I was allowed to use them because my feet were strong enough to dance in them. They are a treasure in my life because they represent the discipline, training, and the sacrifice dancing ballet is. Also because when I use them, I know I can dance better and be part of Corps de Ballet. This means the group of ladies that dance in the theater. An interesting story I have is that I have to change them and buy new ones very soon because these shoes die. That means that it is necessary for my feet to have new ones regularly. If you see, I answer the 4 questions and I explain a lot and I wrote about my object. In my case, I wrote about the pair of shoes, my point shoes. I am going to show you today that, okay? So, you're going to write the paragraph. If you need help from me, you can ask me. Then, on the weekend, you are going to memorize the paragraph. You need to memorize it and you need to be able to explain it. That is an oral presentation. Then you will prepare a short Canva or a PowerPoint presentation with pictures about the treasure. In my case, the Canva or the PowerPoint is going to have pictures of my shoes. This presentation cannot have the paragraph in it. Okay? You cannot put the paragraph. You have to memorize it and you have to explain it in your own words. For the oral presentation, you can show the object or just use the presentation as visual support. That means that I can show you the shoes or just use the PowerPoint. Okay? When is going to be this presentation? On Thursday, next Thursday, February 10th, on the Zoom meeting. That means that all of you are going to connect to the Zoom meeting, and by that point, you must have already memorized your paragraph. You already know your paragraph by memory. You're going to show your PowerPoint and you're going to explain and talk about your treasure. Okay? That is the first oral presentation. You're going to write your paragraph here. You can choose a book, you can choose a toy, a stuffed toy, you can choose your pet if you want. The pet is not an object, but I know it can be very important for your life. So you can talk about your pet. There are many things that you can talk about. Okay? So in this document, what you're going to do right now is start writing. Okay, here I want to see what you are going to say. When you finish, you're going to turn in, lo van a entregar, and you will do the presentation later. You don't have to put the presentation right now. No. The presentation is later. So, today in the Zoom meeting, we are going to talk about all of this. And you are going to ask me all of the questions that you have about this. Okay, kids? See you later. Bye-bye.